welcome everyone. Hey, what's up, let's go. Hey, yo. Hello. What's up? All right, so we'll wait until some more people hop in, but usually people tend to come in a little bit later. I know people on the East Coast as well tend to jump in a lot later as well, which is kind of interesting because I expect them to be asleep. Uh, I mean, I do this live, I believe 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So usually I go over 12 o'clock and sometimes I even go over to 1 a.m. So it's pretty interesting when people come and join the live stream, especially when they're in the Eastern Standard Time zone. So if you are in the Eastern Standard Time zone, I respect the hustle there. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So let's talk about CPI data. So CPI came in really hot again. It's at 9.1% now. I believe last month was 8.9. I think. I forgot what May's CPI data was. Let's see. Man, where's CPI? Okay, yeah, that's correct. 8.6. Okay. 8.6% in May, and then now it jumped to 9.1% in June, right? So I'm hoping the next month, so this month's inflation tops, so maybe it might be like 9.4, 9.5, and then we can come back down. But hopefully, this month's inflation number, CPI data that comes out next month, will show us a potential top. But like I said, the Federal Reserve is looking to be very, very aggressive. There's news that they're looking to increase rates by 1 whole basis point. All right, that's not new news to me though. So we've been expecting 75 to 1 basis point increase rate. So increase, excuse me, for the interest rates. So I don't think the markets aren't going to be too surprised. Today they were just surprised by how hot inflation was yet again. The White House warned everyone that the inflation numbers are going to be hot again the day before the release. So they've been right the past 2 times now, including this one, obviously. But I think once this inflationary pressure kind of flies by our heads, especially if the next one, which is going to be this month's data, somehow finds a top, I think there's a possibility that we can see a reversal starting to happen on the markets somewhere in mid-August. So hopefully we can see some of a nice reversal. I mean, we've been in a bear market for quite some time now. Well, not for a long time, but if you take a look at the weekly time frame for futures, it seems like we're headed for another leg down, to be honest, which is going to be welcoming for me because I've been touting that SPY needs to come back down to around at least 350, or if you guys want a nice range, around 348 to 350. We're not even, well, we haven't even retested the 2021 lows that we made back in mid-January or early January. So hopefully we can come back down and retest that, but that will mean we will have to break that line in the sand level of 363 that I've been telling you guys for a long time now. So hopefully we don't break that line in the sand, and maybe you can retest it on the next leg down, since we did break below today from this wedge chart pattern or symmetrical triangle chart pattern as well. So hopefully we can see some good consolidation before heading lower. But yeah, I mean, the CPI data was hot. That just means the Federal Reserve is going to act a little bit more aggressively than they have been so far, because it seems like inflation is still out of their grasps. And hopefully they can get it under control, which is I am totally optimistic that the Fed can get out the mess that they've created, because that is their sole job, to keep inflation in check. That is one of their major jobs as the Federal Reserve of the USA. So, all the central bankers around the world are looking to decrease inflation in their own countries. So hopefully they're doing whatever they can as well in their respective countries. But like I said, the Federal Reserve is going to be the main focus here on what they're going to do next. Highly anticipate 1 whole basis point increase in the interest rates. Right, that's basically it for CPI data. Now, let's talk about financial earnings that are coming up. So all the major US banks are going to start releasing their financial quarterly reports tomorrow and into Friday. So let's look at XLF, right? So XLF still has a lot more downside left. So if you guys are bullish on XLF because interest rates are increasing, I have bad news for you, because that hasn't been happening at all, right? And that's due to multiple reasons. We can go in that. I will go in that actually in the next CFO Stream Watch newsletter. So if you guys want to know what's going to go down in the financial sector, you guys have to be subscribed. Hey Joe, what's up? We just went over CPI data and what it basically means, and what the Federal Reserve is going to do next, possibly and most likely. So if you want to take a look at that, go over the recording. So XLF, I don't think it's going to have any type of reversal anytime soon. I know bank earnings are going to be bad, but even if they're good, I think the earnings results are going to be very, very muted. Even if they, for example, if they beat on revenue expectations, but then they provide really bad guidance, right? Something like that of sorts, right? They have very bullish and bearish results. But whatever it is, I think the reaction is still going to be to the downside. Although there is a small gut feeling to me that this week we can end up bullish thanks to the financial sector, because if major banks turn out to be somehow, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in some sort of profit, but if there is some sort of a good news coming out the financial sector this week, by the end of this week, we can end up positively in the overall market as well, because the financial sector starts to move up, and especially during this time of the market cycle, there's a possibility that we can see more to the upside, especially with healthcare also going up as well, which is also kind of a seasonal cycle where healthcare starts to move up as well. So hopefully, I'm not going to stay too bearish on financial earnings. I expect, muted earnings, not too much of a great, big profitable quarter, because banks have higher interest rates and they're earning more on those higher interest rates. But it is what it is. If they don't provide any good news, then we're just gonna head down lower, and maybe financial quarterly earnings for this week may just provide the extra move to the downside, right? Since we are looking for that one more to me personally. For me, I'm biased for another leg down, so maybe the financial earnings will provide that. And if the reactions are muted as well, the actual earnings reactions are going to be muted, I expect next week to have that sudden realization that financial earnings were really bad. Okay, so hopefully I think we can see some type of at least another leg move down. That's what I'm hoping for. But as you guys already know, hopes will never, hopes and dreams have never made the market, right? So, oh, thank you. My woman has brought me some good dinner. Very, very good. Thank you. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so I think that's kind of my broader perspective on financial earnings tomorrow. But so far, the futures are green. I mean, well, they were green for a brief moment, but futures still look pretty bearish to me. I'm not expecting any type of big move, but you know, if you have a nice inside day tomorrow, and for the fact that we're already having an inside day on the ascending support trend line. Hey, what's up, Adriana? It's been a while. Wow, welcome back. So, Adriana, just to catch you up here, I've to make sure you're caught up to speed. We went over CPI data and what I expect out of the Fed, and I basically went over what I think about the financial earnings here. So if you want to go over what I said, make sure you catch the recording, which will be posted right after this live stream is done. Okay, so make sure you you get on with that. Oh wow, guys, 4 likes already. Thank you, everyone. Wow. So we met our criteria last night for last night's live stream. We went to 13 likes, I think, at the end of the live stream. So that's amazing. So thank you all. So hopefully we can get to more than 13 this time around. But I know people will be more less interested in financial earnings. So obviously people are more in tune about what's going to happen in the markets for CPI. So that's the reason why I think we got a lot more likes and more views last night's live stream. But yeah, so like I said, I think financial earnings can provide that next leg down. I mean, we've lost this wedge chart pattern to the downside. We did have a nice run up today. There's a lot of bulls that came in on SPY, but we did break it. So tomorrow we can have a nice retest, right? We already had the intraday retest above this ascending support trend line, but now we rejected it and we closed below the 21 and the 10 SMA. So we tried to get back above the 10 SMA, but now we're using it as an official level of resistance. And what's even more concerning for me is that we did not hold the 21 SMA on the daily time frame as well. So that means with both SMAs showing bearishness, the short-term trend for me on SPY will be to the downside. And it makes sense because, well, we weren't able to hold this ascending level of support even if we came up to retest it, right? So as we retested it, we turned this previous level of ascending support into a new level of ascending resistance, right? So this is now a resistance trend line until we're able to be back above it after a retest and then use it as support again, in which case we would flip it again and turn it into support. Does that make sense, guys? Right? So today the SPY levels were on point. If you guys were in the live stream last night, the SPY levels are still on point as well. This 380 level was key today. If we did hold it, then we were able to move up to the upside. But if we take a look at the 15-minute time frame, right, we were continuously failing this 380 level, right? We tried to stay above it, but we failed. And we bounced again to stay above it, and we bounced multiple times. And there's a possibility that we could have stayed, but at the last, the entirety of power hour, we just kept on flushing down, right? And then we lost at 380 resistance level again. So we tried multiple times to stay above it as support, but we ultimately got a potential double top here, right, on the intraday time frame. So here's the left top, and now we have our right top, right? And then that double top was sort of confirmed as it broke to the downside during the entirety of power hour here. So that's also the major reason why I got a hedge for overnight as well. But there's a possibility that we can bounce at 378.50, which I think I told my CFO Swing Watch members as well in the Discord. I think that's one of the levels I mentioned. If not, my apologies if that's not the level. But if we're able to break down 378.50 tomorrow, I think there's a real possibility that we can revisit 373 first before heading back down to 363 in the next few coming weeks. But that's also going to be contingent on financial earnings. Okay, so it's all going to rely on what's going to happen with the financial earnings, what all the big US banks are going to report, and all the big financial institutions as well. I believe Blackstone is going to report on Friday after hours, I believe. And Blackstone is one of the biggest. I think they are the biggest, or one of the biggest institutions around the world. I think they have like a couple trillion in AUM, right? Assets under management. I believe so. Yeah, so that's what I basically think. Anyone have any questions? So it's a pretty general thought of what I have. I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics. I mean, I can't predict financial earnings and what they're going to do. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. If you guys want a more detailed assumption or prediction, I can't give you it. Because I'm not. It's not like I'm an insider. If I was an insider and I was telling you guys specifically what's going to happen with the earnings, I'll be in jail, or I'll be fined like millions of dollars, and I'll be in jail. All right, the SEC will come for me. It's gonna come for my neck. So if you guys are unsatisfied, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm being as honest as possible here. I can't predict what they're going to tell us and what they're going to report, or else I'll be, in jail. The FBI and the SEC is going to come for me. Joe, we most likely chop. Yeah, I mean, I think that's mainly possible because after a big move down and another big move up higher today, and kind of closing below major levels that could have been support levels to support a move higher and back into this wedge on the chart pattern here for SPY. We didn't do that, right? So most likely there's going to be a big battle between bulls and bears right before earnings come out for financial companies, financial banks, excuse me, or wild card. I don't know. Maybe we're going to have an Uno reverse to the upside, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I expect a lot of chop. Futures are still chopping up right here. Okay. If you take a look at the 15-minute time frame on futures, right? We opened up, we moved up again, and it looks like we're going to move right back down again, right? So, look at this doji, right? As it's developing, we might just move right back to the downside. It seems like we just try to do a retracement of this downside move during power hour, and now, and also after hours, and now it revisited that 3800 level on futures. So after retest, if it doesn't hold that 3800 level, right, 3800, well, now it's a resistance level now. We might just smash right back down, come back down, and retest that low of today, around 3752 whole number. Okay, so yeah, I think we're still due for another leg down, to be honest. All right, especially with what the price action is telling me today, and what the price trend is telling me as well. Okay. So yeah, that's as specific I can get with financial earnings. I don't expect much tomorrow, guys, until earnings start coming out. I believe, actually, I don't even remember what earnings come out tomorrow for banks. Let me see. I don't really keep track specifically of the dates. Let's see. I'm making like Minecraft music. These sound like the Minecraft bells. Oh yeah, okay. So before open, we're getting Morgan Stanley. Okay, that's big. And I think that's one of the only big ones that I'm looking for, to be honest. And then on Friday before open, that's when we get the no, wait, we're getting JPM. Oh, okay, we're getting JPM and MS, Morgan Stanley. All right, those are two big banks. Yeah. Okay, yeah, JP Morgan, Chase & Co. That's huge. And then we have Morgan Stanley in the morning as well. And we also have TSM, a semi name, Taiwan Semiconductor. So those three are going to be very, very huge. And then on Friday, that's when the big boys come out. All right, we have Wells Fargo, Citibank, and BlackRock, okay, and BNY Mellon, okay, and US Bancorp and PNC. So basically, Friday morning, it's going to be a sludge of just a complete crap show as all these banks start coming out with earnings, and especially if they're all different, then that's going to cause some chaos in the markets, because the markets are they're not going to know where to go. So So maybe you're right, Joe. We might just get that chop throughout the end of the week, and maybe next week is, that's when the market's gonna realize they're like, oh my god, financial banks were so bad, their earnings were so bad, so maybe next week we're gonna start moving down again and have that next third leg down. And why did I say third? Well, this is our first huge leg down, and then this is our really quick second leg down. Okay, so I'm just basing it off of the legs within this channel that we're making right now, this broadening, descending channel. So if we're able to move down again, then, well, that's it, right? That's it from there. So yeah, anyone else have any questions? That's kind of what I have for you guys for CPI data and financial earnings. Not much to expect except maybe chop. So I mean, I can't tell you guys what's gonna happen in futures right now either. Not enough volume, right? Futures is never have enough volume until European markets start to open. So okay, so let's go over some charts here. I'm gonna go over AMC. Okay, not Mac. Wait, what is this? Guys, sometimes I just oh, it's a real estate name, huh? Sometimes I just type some random tickers and then sometimes they look interesting. Never mind. Yeah, this chart is complete dog crap. It's BS right here. It's a real estate name, but oof, it hasn't benefited at all. Wow. Poop. Never mind. Okay, so AMC, I've been seeing on Twitter, AMC 100K. So that's absolutely outrageous. There's some very weird people online on social media, especially with stock talks. But people are expecting AMC to go to $100,000 per share, which is absolutely unheard of for a crappy company and crappy fundamentals like AMC. So that's not gonna happen. But technically, we can get some very logical price action and price analysis. So for all the people out there who think that AMC is going to $100,000 per share or somehow $1,000, you guys are out of your rocks. You guys are crazy, right? That's just unsustainable. That'll never happen. The market makers will never allow that, first of all. And, that's just simply crazy. Okay, so don't believe what people are saying online, especially with AMC and other meme stocks, because they have some outrageous claims that will never happen. But AMC, I wish I showed this today. I really wish I had. I was looking at other names, specifically Lucid, which I went over last night. But like I said, I was looking for a double top play, and it seems like the double top is now playing out. Since I did not get an entry yesterday, I was hoping I could get an entry today, but I did not get it because I wasn't focusing on AMC, which is fine. But if we decide to break below 15 tomorrow, hopefully we can get a nice scalp back to 14.50 or even maybe back down to $14. Okay, or maybe 14.20 specifically. Okay, so AMC, good name to look at tomorrow. If we get a nice down trend. But like I said, there's been a lot of people trying to go into longs on AMC for no reason. So, staying bullish on AMC is not bad. I mean, all hell to the institutions and the market makers out there who are shorting AMC and who have been, screwing retail traders over, right? So, if it does well, right, that's great for us retail traders. That's amazing, right? So, who knows, right? Who knows? The next one I want to look at is Lucid, right? So Lucid last night, I told you guys to be bullish on this one because it looks really good. And it seems like it's making a nice, if you go on the 4-hour time frame, a nice 4-hour flag here, right? We're holding great support, even though we held up, we opened up with the gap down, we bounced up pretty well, and we actually broke the high of yesterday. So we broke the PHOD, the previous high today, which is always a great thing that I want to see, right? So even if we have a gap down, the next candlestick that I want to see especially after a nice bullish day like yesterday, I want to see a next day to be even more bullish. How do we know that? Well, through a break of the PHOD, right? That just tells us that the bulls are still very much present and they want to continue that bullishness. Excuse me. And so far, with this consolidation, we're making a nice white flag. So hopefully, if we're able to continue the sideways movement and possibly retest $20 tomorrow, we can possibly break out above that 20.20 confirmed entry. So I'm already in this early. That can be a good sign and a bad sign for me, or you know, obviously it's always a better trading rule to get in at the actual breakout price, because you're getting in at the breakout, right? When the price is starting to break out. So that 20, you know, the odds are better against you, right? The odds are better for you, excuse me, right? And the odds are not against you, especially if you're trying to get in that breakout price, and as the price is breaking out compared to an earlier entry, right? So the reason why I got an early entry today was that, well, I saw that bullishness coming in the overall market, so I want to get a little piece of that bullish action. So that's why I got lucid, right? So if we're able to break above 20.20 tomorrow, right, 2020, we can see a nice breakout to $22. Okay. All right, so 2 more minutes here and I'll be ending the live here. So I just want to do a little quick stream, nothing too long. You know, just talk about CPI, what happened with CPI, what I expect CPI for the next month, and what the Fed's gonna do, and then you know, obviously bank earnings. You know, I don't expect much out of bank earnings until, well, we'll see what we get on Friday morning when all the big boys start to really come in. But we have some 2 major US banks, JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, coming out tomorrow morning. So they may just provide the answers that we need when Friday morning comes. So Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan tomorrow morning may just set the tone what the market will do tomorrow morning, especially pre-market. So hopefully we don't get too horrible of a market of a earnings report on both Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. But like I said, JP Morgan is one of those biggest banks in the US, and I believe in North America, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably wrong, but I do know it's one of the big banks in the Northern American hemisphere, is what I would say. So yeah, anyone else have questions, or do you guys want me to go over any charts that you guys want me to look at? Since I will be ending this live stream in a few short minutes here. Man, pineapple juice and coconut milk slaps. Yum, yum, yum. Absolutely amazing. That LAC you posted, please? Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I posted a new post on my Instagram, and it was specifically this one. So LAC, Lithium Americas Corporation. The reason why I posted it is that I think commodities can have a little bit of a pity bounce this week and next week. The reason why I say that is that I saw gold today. So gold has been absolutely shattered. I think gold is going to move more to the downside, to be honest, which is kind of surprising, but you know, I got to go with the flow. I was very bullish in the past, maybe the previous 3.5 weeks, but hey, that didn't happen, right? But we got a nice bounce on that weekly support level around 160, okay, that whole number of 160. So, you know, I think commodities can get that pity bounce, like I said previously. So I think LSE can also benefit off of that. So excuse my my entries here for short. So this short was actually really good back in mid-May. So obviously this short is not plausible anymore because, well, the price has gone away from 25 and 24. So but LAC here on the let's stay on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I think there's a possibility that we can break to the upside, possibly above 22, and then maybe find a lot of resistance around 24, which is where you can take off profit. So we're starting to see the price kind of consolidating, and we got our first higher low. Well, that's not going to be confirmed, obviously, until we break up higher this week, if we do retest $22. So if we do go above, I would say 22.14, which is the high of last week, and if we do break above that high of 22.14 from last week, then we will officially have a short-term higher low here, which will provide us potentially a breakout above 22 and possibly retest the 50 SMA and peak above this daily 50 SMA and possibly retest $24 as a profit target. Okay, hope that makes sense, right? So that's a nice, I would say 1 to 2 risk to reward. That's not significantly a good risk to reward ratio, especially when you're trying to trade it. You always want to have at least 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio and above. But 1 to 2 is not bad, especially if it's a day trade, then that's really good. Okay, a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio is really good, especially you're getting in on one trading day and getting out the same day. So if LAC decides to have that nice massive run up as it takes out all the shorts below $24, then we can really reach that $24 as profit target and get out. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's it for tonight. If no one wants to look at any charts, and well, I mean, I get it. Most people are going to be watching the markets tomorrow, the broader markets, especially SPY and XLF. Right, it's the financial sector. Right, this is the ETF that tracks the financial sector. So, I mean, I agree with you. I'm going to be looking at XLF tomorrow as well, especially pre-market. So let's see. All right, so that's it for tonight. For the people who are just watching this recording, especially for the people who start watching this, who watch my lives after they're done, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on this video if you thought it was valuable. If it wasn't, then leave a thumbs down. And if you guys have any questions or if you guys have any comments to add, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. And also any other information that you guys want to know about Charts Focus 1, the links will be provided in the description box below this video. And if you guys want to join the CFO Swing and Watch for 50% off for 2 months, specifically for tier 3, right? Just specifically for tier 3 for 2 months, 50% off. Join using the discount code GOOD50. All right. The link to subscribe to the newsletter and to get added to the private Discord is the second link in the description box below. All right, that's it for tonight, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. And yeah, good luck trading tomorrow. And make sure you guys remember, work hard and trade smart. All right, make sure you guys are always working hard and trading smart. That is the main mantra for Charts Focus 1, which is why I have it on my logo. Work hard and trade smart, guys. All right, good luck. All right, good luck. Hey, thank you. You're welcome. No, thank you. You're welcome and no thank you for joining the live stream. All right. Thank you all for listening and taking the time out of your nightly routines to listen to me. I really appreciate that, guys. So thank you guys for always joining my live streams. Have a great rest of your night.